uh, One of the subscriber was asking about the difference between full load and incremental load in ETL process. While loading the data load in data integration, how we can handle it. Okay, so this is the topic I'm handling today to describe the difference between full load and incremental load. So part of this discussion, I'm going to cover it like a general overview, what is full load versus incremental load, and the scenario between these two, like full load, like when to use completely, or an incremental load, when to use, what are the implementation strategy we can use it during that scenario, and simple data model effectively we can discuss for this use case. For an example, the retail store, like taking the fact table, the sales fact table, and surrounded by dimension table when the source system we are getting it. Then finally, like once this data model everything is ready, then the next immediate step what the business will look for you, like how you're going to how they wanted to schedule the data to refresh it. Like for example, it can be nightly refresh, or it can be daily refresh, or it can be hourly refresh, depends upon the data they want to see for the reporting purpose. Okay, so that is about scheduling. And finally, the sample schema involved, like whatever we had discussed in part of the data model, right? Little elaborative, like for an example, what is the product dim product table, but what case, like the product key it will be holding. High level only I'm going to describe it, and how it's going to connect with the fact sales table with the foreign keys and the sales ID and the numerical measure. How so defining all this information in simple terms I have mentioned in summary. So the quick glimpse, like whatever we are discussed, we are going to walk through. Okay, this is all about today's topic discussion about data load process in data integration, part of full load versus incremental load. Okay, let me quickly jump in. First overview. When you talk about in any data integration, it can be ETL or ELT. When we talk about what we'll do, we'll extract the raw data from the source system and do the necessary transformation. During the transformation, it can be straightforward transformation, like based on the rules, business rules, whatever they are defined. If you want to deal with the data cleansing and scrubbing everything before passing into transformation, and finally we are giving the clean and valid data for the target system load, that is ETL. In some scenario, the extract load will happen in the source side. Extract will happen, load and transformation will happen in the target system, whatever we are. This is the two distinction part of the data pipeline, it will be taken care. Okay, so the loading of data efficiently is the key goal. Okay, correct. So to do that, we are dealing in the two major strategies, like one is full load, the another one is incremental load. Correct. This is the quick overview about full load and incremental load. Okay, so now let us quickly jump in with a scenario so that you will get a real good idea instead of I'm giving so much of lectures. So when we talk about full load, it's completely replace the target tables, like from the source system, whatever we are taking source system table information, we are straight away passing to target table every time with the latest data. So that is called full load. Okay, so when to decide for full load in this scenario, when the data volume is small and the source data is really unpredictable. When you say unpredictable, like whereas in incremental data, if you try to quickly compare it, you can easily track it, like the new or updated record changes based upon the keys, like it can be a version, it can be a timestamp. So with that we can easily distinguish, but we cannot predict, means like for an example, small lookup table like country, product or store, like so this is the quickest example, like it came through my mind, like slow in nature, it's little unpredictable, or static also we can call it. So in that scenario we can use trunk and load, and it can be a one-time activity as well. So most of the cases, like country data, it will not change. Product data, it very infrequent, like slowly changing in nature, and store data. So we can decide, like okay, So like, so one quick example I had given is load all product data nightly using trunk and load. So the product data can become from like the ERP system, like so we can load it as a one-time activity. So but only downside sometimes, right, like you have to make sure that system availability, like with is anyways a small size, but you don't need to worry. But in some instances, like yeah, so system availability you have to ensure it, like. And when you, if you want to, if you jump into incremental load again, like the incremental load process is only covered for new and changed records since the last successful run. Now, when I say like very first time after the initial load, we will be having the last successful run information, correct? When you say last successful information, we can track with the last update timestamp or version, or we can follow different strategy of change data capture. Like it's various tools are there. I'm not going to give a detailed idea about it. For example, like archive log, using Oracle archive logs, based on the logs we can track it and do that. Or you can write your own logic in SQL Server, you have it, or materialize in Oracle. So many different concepts is there, but its simplest thing is like last update timestamp available in the source table. Based on last successful run, we can, greater than that, we can track the new or updated change record information. And generally the volume of record in this case will be large. That is the reason we are trying to follow this strategy. Okay, the processing of this kind of data, it can be a real-time or batch processing required to handle efficiently. It's completely depends upon the scenario to scenario, business interest. We can decide all these things. And so, but again, like why we are deciding for incremental load? Because once the initial load data has been pushed in, most of the data, like almost 90 to 95% of the data is going to be static. What I mean to say is it can be historical, is static. Static is not going to change it majority of the data, but like whatever the current record changes over time, like that is only we are interested in, like maybe like 6 months data, like 1 year data, or at the most like 2 years data kind of. Okay, so these are the possibilities based on which we can decide incremental load. Okay, and the examples, fact table is the fact and large transactional data we can decide to use in this scenario, like sales or inventory or returns table. Implementation example, like dimension customer, daily customer data can be changed, like nightly we can decide to run it, but fact tables like hourly we can decide it. Okay, this is the quickest understanding between the full load and incremental load. Now you got a little idea about it, like when to decide like full load and what kind of data and to decide it, like small or large, everything. Based on that you can collectively take a decision. Okay, so and also depends upon the business interest as well. Okay, now jumping into now let's move on to data model. With this understanding, like quick small size of data model, I'm going to depict it, like, or illustrate it for your quickest understanding. So in this case, like the sales data, when if I take it, the supporting dimension table, like which is comes from the source, like the product customer table, and to decide the granularity of the data, dimension date table. So if you see all this table, and the sales is the transactional information, give the full information for reporting purpose and analytical purpose, correct? So now if you see here, product, like a one-time activity in the beginning, I told you, right, the full load. One good example I mentioned you, it can be daily, it can be nightly, it can be decided for nightly job, truncate and load. Okay, every time it is full load. When you go to customer dimension table, it can be incremental, because the customer, the new customer or customer demographic changes, something is updated. So based on which the new or updated information we can decide based upon the update timestamp compared to the previous successful run of last load time, correct? So and incremental also similar to that. But here in this case, in the sales, for a sales incremental, we have to decide the transaction will be very frequent. We can decide hourly or something. Again, based upon the business interest, we can decide the frequency here. And last, like the dimension date table is like almost like one time activity. It cannot be changed, like it is pre-decided. Once it is loaded, it's not going to change it, like all like with the date key information, with like all required date granularity information which is required for our analytical purpose. We can load as a one-time activity, like a full load. Okay, this is about the quickest sample data model for your clarity. Now whatever I mentioned about the schedule, see the nightly schedule, date table, product table, store table, because this does not change often and small size of data. So one time activity we can do that, like nightly trunk and load we can use it. The sales, inventory, returns, fact tables and all, very frequently we are going to receive the transaction from the source system. So for that reason hourly we can decide it. Again, depends upon the business interest, we can change it, like hourly I have given as a general practice. And dim customer, daily, depends upon the customer change or new record information, we can decide for daily. So this is about on quick thing about scheduling. And finally, whatever we have discussed so far, one small sample schema how it look like. Okay, for example, dim date key is the surrogate key, and store key is the surrogate key, product key is the surrogate key, and customer key is the surrogate key. So collectively all the surrogate key will be the foreign key to the sales table to get the granularity of data and the sales ID will be the primary key, along with the necessary numeric measures will be added for the analytical purpose. So finally, coming back to the conclusion of the discussion is like full load and incremental load is the topic of the discussion. So full load replace all the data every time. You have to decide based upon the different use case, different possibilities I discussed with you, like simple but slower for larger volumes. So you have to decide for the simple data, okay, and unpredictable data. That way you have to decide it. And incremental data load only changes, like I mentioned, after the initial load from the last successful run, it will track the new or existing new or updated record. It will be considered as incremental load, and it will be efficient for you to perform the operation for the data integration. Okay, so you have to basically finally you have to decide all this like full load and incremental based upon the size or update frequency and source tracking capability, like I mentioned. Okay, so this is the topic. I explained you about data integration, like how the data load being taken care, either full or incremental load. Hope this information is really useful for you. In case of any questions or clarification, please feel free to reach me out. Thank you very much.